14th of December 2023. In this edition of the Loose Cannon, I must warn you, I'm not going to pull punches. I'm going to call a spade a fucking bulldozer, and that is it. And if you can't deal with it, that is not my problem, that is your problem. The fact of the matter is, I have reached a point in my life where I can no longer just sit and absorb the punches that are being thrown at my tribe. Yes, my tribe, the Boer. A few days ago, I asked two people that I communicate with, two black guys, and I asked them, are you aware that in the white community there is a Boer tribe that are not Afrikaners? They've been named Afrikaners by a collective political fucking decision from way back. They are boere. Yes, they speak Afrikaans. I asked them that, and both said that they were not aware of it, not acutely aware of it. And the one guy even added, that doesn't matter, you're all white. Now I've got news for them, and I would suggest they go and read history. Read the history of the Boer folk, the Boer tribe. Go and read that history, because it's not included in your curriculum today. Go and read it, and then pay special attention to what happened at Blood River on the 16th of December. Yes, Blood River. Go and read up on it. And the first thing that you need to take note of is the number of boere against the number of Zulus. One of the first things this new government did in the new dispensation was to change that day, the day of the covenant, to change it to the day of reconciliation. Reconciliation, my fucking ass. You, the majority of the blacks, you have no fucking interest in reconciliation. You have proven it over 30 years. You are busy with a deliberate project of destroying my tribe's history. You are wiping it out as fast as you can. You are renaming streets, you are renaming cities, you are renaming fucking everything. But that renaming process is a confirmation of your inherent fucking weakness. You build fuck all. You can destroy. You burn our historical buildings. You try and destroy our monuments. You are trying to destroy our language, because that is what you are, destroyers. You're not builders. It was the Boer that built South Africa. A lot of you can claim you're warriors. Warriors of fucking what? The battles you fought was battles between you guys yourselves, where you were stealing one another's cattle, stealing one another's women, and cock like that. That's not a battle. That's a raid. Go and look at the Boer battles. Look at the battles of the Anglo-Boer War. Look at the battles of the Boer against the blacks. Look at those things and pay fucking attention. Never, never at any one of those battles, were it an even match or close, the Boer was always in the vast minority, small group, every time, against Ridiculous fucking odds. And they walk out of it. Winners. Now look at what happened at Blood River. The boere made a covenant with God and prayed for his protection. And you know, you blacks, you know what happened there at Blood River. My question is, the result of Blood River clearly confirms that the God of the boere was there. Where were your ancestral spirits? Where? You need to ask yourself that question, and you better fucking think about that, because you're living in denial. People like Malema is whipping you into a fucking frenzy. A frenzy that will take you to a blood river. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Malema sings the song, Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer. And many of you cheer. The legal system in South Africa protects him. Ja! Hoekom kry jy nie die fucking remote nie by? Fuck man! He is protected because the legal system of this country claims that what he sings is a cultural struggle song. But it clearly calls for the killing of me and my people. If you have any logic in you, ask yourself, how the fuck is that possible? But boere lands in jail for cuck like calling somebody a fucking name. They go to jail. They pay fines. It is illegal for me to have my flag. But you are free to walk around the streets with Palestinian flags and fucking flags, whatever you like, and banners and cuck. You must understand, we can see it, and we know that the majority of you have got this fucking dream of wiping me and my tribe out. I want to remind you again of Blood River and what was the end result of Blood River. Now let's go a little bit international so that you can understand something. Look throughout the world, and especially in Germany and in Russia, and you will see people there with exactly the same attitude as the Boer. We come from there. We have ancestors there, common ancestors with the Russians, with the Germans, with the French, with the Dutch, common ancestors, with the Scandinavians, the Vikings. We have genetic ties to them. But you sit here in South Africa and you listen to a guy like Malema and you think it's going to be easy. Go and look what happened to the British Army in South Africa. Go and look what happened at Blood River. Let that sink in. We have never ever been in a battle where we were not the minority. Where are your monuments? My tribe has got monuments for my language. The language that you want to wipe out. You cannot succeed. You cannot succeed. Why? Because the God of all creation created us and created us with a mission. And throughout the centuries, His hand was always present in our lives. And you could see His hand clear at Blood River. But you will not pay attention to it. I fucking know you won't pay attention to it, because in your minds, there's no room for something like that. You are fired up by the malemas of this world, and they're leading you to your own fucking destruction, but you are ignorant. You don't want to see it. If you look at how the Boer worked with the tribes of Southern Africa, tribes like the Zulus that gave and sold and traded land with the Boer to create a buffer between them and their enemies. Why? Because they knew the Boer will be a brick wall. The Swazis did the same. Go and look at the historical agreements between the Boer and the Swazis. Look at the historical agreements between the Boer and the Zulus. Look at the historical agreements between the Boer and the Sothos and the Tswanas. Look at that and think about it. The ANC has whipped you into a fucking frenzy, and you are stealing our land, the Boer land. You are stealing it. We're not stealing your land. You are stealing our land. And you will pay for that. And I want you to excuse the background noises, because if I strip my moor now, the cuck will fly on this place. Yay, Dula! Fuck. In any case, you need to pay attention to reality. And I'm going to read to you something that a guy from Scandinavia has published. Listen to what Kai Muros says. The age of guilt is over. We will not apologize for our achievements. Our history cannot be used as a weapon against us. We are in debt to no one. Our glorious past is a matter of pride and joy to us. Whatever we have done in the past only inspires us today for even greater deeds tomorrow. Those who feel that we have wronged them should be happy they are still alive. And before you just make an automatic deduction that this is a Boer, from a white Afrikaans Boer that wrote this is a guy from Scandinavia. Remember that and fucking think, why is he speaking like a Boer? And then remind yourself where my genetics come from. You have got a serious fucking problem, and you better think about it. And you need to take Blood River as your departure point from where you're going to plan your future. You must understand that. I'm saying these things that I'm saying today, not to make you angry, not to try and be superior to you, not trying to be arrogant. All I am doing is I am being basic, fundamentalist, realist, and we stick to facts. Facts that you cannot deny. You cannot deny it. You have to think for yourself. How was it possible that such a small number of Boere could defeat the masses of Zulu Impi? Think about that. Ask yourself that. How the fuck was that possible? I have the answer for you. My God, made it possible. And then your government, your leadership decided to change the name of that day. For us, it is the day of the covenant. And you renamed it to the day of reconciliation. Reconciliation, my fucking ass, man. Show me one positive step from your nation or your tribe that points to reconciliation. One, destroying our universities. Not honoring and respecting them, destroy them. Same with our schools. Same. Why the fuck are you doing that? And why the hell do you think that will end in a good place for you? Clever people learns from people that know more, that has done something and achieved something that you want, and you look at it and you like the end result and you go to them and say, how the hell did you do that? Show us. No. Burn the fucking place down. Barbarian. You must just understand, you are only confirming your own weakness. And then think about Blood River again. And think, will weak people win? Fucking never. History is brutal and cruel. So, on these days, running up to the day of the covenant for the boere, the day of reconciliation for the rest of you, think about that reconciliation. And maybe, the voice of sanity can come into you and tell you, wake up. We're on the fucking route that will lead to our own destruction. Because my tribe, the Boer tribe, is going fucking nowhere. Nowhere. This is our land. Most of you, your ancestors, fought for stealing cattle and stealing wives and cuck like that. My ancestors fought and paid in blood for this land. My ancestors had to dig the graves for 70,000 women and children, mostly children, and bury them in this land. And you want to deny me my right? Fuck you. You need to revisit Blood River and understand what you are facing. I don't care what the fuck Malema sings to you. Yeah, not a fuck. Let the day come that you respond to his call and you charge the boere. That fucking Malema, he will be somewhere safe in his fucking castle while you will be dying on the streets. You better think about that. But I'm done with this. I'm going to remind you again of what Kai Muros said. You better pay attention to what he has said. Read it and try to understand and get the fucking message. Don't just read it and that's it. Read and think. Read and think what he is saying. The age of guilt is over. We will not apologize for our achievements. Our history cannot be used as a weapon against us. We are in debt to no one. Our glorious past is a matter of pride and joy to us. Whatever we have done in the past only inspires us today for even greater deeds tomorrow. Those who feel that we have wronged them should be happy they are still alive. And go and look what the Americans did to the Red Indians in America. They fucking wiped them out. Go and look at that. It's not me saying it, history will tell you that. What did the boere do? Because in the boere genetics, the concept and principle of Ubuntu is part and parcel of our fucking lives. I am because you are. The boere did not wipe out. Fuck what these militants are trying to tell you. If the boere did what the Americans had done, there would have been very few blacks left in this country. But the boere did not do that. Why not? Because the Boer respects all creations of God. All creations. From the smallest insect to the biggest tree. He has respect for that. You need to learn from the Boer to understand what Ubuntu actually means. Now I'm going to stop. My fucking cannon is out of ammunition. But I can guarantee you, I'm reloading and I'm waiting for new ammunition to come in. Have a fucking great day. Enjoy the summer. Pray for the rain. Look in wonder as the trees grow and the grass grow and the flowers bloom. Look in wonder and appreciate it. Most of all, respect it. Have a great day.